Exoticals. It's your lady back with another Exotical rant. Back at ya. Today we're talking about energy vampires. How to deal with people that literally drain all the energy out of you. Like when you're around them, like it's just like your energy goes from 100 to negative 100. Like they take out all of your energy. They try to monopolize your time and literally everything you do. I literally call these people energy vampires because I feel like that's what they are. Everything is on their time and they feel like you owe them. You owe them your time, your money, your energy, like everything. Like these people, if they're narcissistic, if not full-blown narcissist, they literally just everything good out of you, they will take. They're quick to take and slow to give. Very, very slow to give. And when you're an exotical, most exoticals, we are just naturally upbeat. We're naturally kind people, and we naturally want to be good friends, especially when we're younger. We want to be a good friend to people, and people will use that against you. If you want to be a good friend to them, they'll use that against you by keep asking for small stuff like, oh, do you mind doing this for me? It could be something small. It's like borrowing a shirt. You're like, sure, just make sure you bring it back. They never bring the shirt back. Then they ask something else. Oh, can I borrow your flat iron? You're like, well, that's my only good flat iron, but you can use it. You'll never see that flat iron again. Then they go for then next thing they're going to ask you, can I borrow your car? Or can you rent me a car? Again, these people, like, they don't know when to stop asking for things. And you're like, I don't even let my mom borrow my vehicle or my dad. Like, why would I let you borrow or much less rent you a vehicle? Again, they think because you're an exotical, you may dress nice, you may have a certain standard of living. They think that you're rich. You're rich and you have unlimited resources to assist them. These are energy vampires. Stay away from them, ladies. These type of people will literally try to drain you for everything you've got. They always have an emergency situation they need assistance with, and you're the only person that can help. That's the gag. You're the only person that can help. Stay away from these people's ladies. We're exoticals. We're meant to be in a comfortable resting place. We're meant to like be free spirits and just be, just relax in our feminine essence. And when you're dealing with energy vampires, you cannot relax in your feminine essence. Everything they do is on their time. They'll literally call you to do a favor for them. And they don't ask you what you're doing. They don't ask you how your day's been, but they tell you what you need to do for them. These are energy vampires, and they could be friends, family members, or whoever. Don't let them have it. Do not give these people your energy. Do not, they literally will call you and say, hey, I'm having a birthday party, but have never given you a birthday gift, never given you a wedding gift or anything, but they're calling to let you know that you need to come to their birthday party and bring them a gift. And you're like, you don't even, when I called you to hang out with me on my birthday or do anything, you act like you were so busy when I knew you didn't have anything to do. These are energy vampires, and literally you have to put a stop to it. When they ring your phone, do not pick up. Do not be readily available to them. Then they will think that they can call you anytime they want. It could be 3 a.m. They'll call you because they think that you're on call for them and you work for them. Do not pick up that phone. Even if you're not doing a thing, you may be laying in bed reading. Don't pick up that phone. I've known a lot of energy vampires. I knew this one girl that literally would call and call and call and tell me every single problem she had. I literally had to stop picking up. I only picked up she may call me 10 times. I may pick up 1 time. And then I would tell her I'm not available to hang out. I'm not available for that or this or that. And I cannot come pick her up. She had a vehicle. She just didn't feel like driving. I'm sorry. I can't pick you up. I'm sorry. I have other things to do. Literally, I had to train her not to call me. especially to run errands with her, or just not to call me just for every little thing, because she was an energy vampire. She wanted constant validation that she wasn't getting from men. She needed it from me. And it got exhausting to the point where I was like, am I her friend or her therapist? And I was like, I can't do this. I literally stopped talking to her almost for a year. She kept calling me. She ended up apologizing. But it was like literally I had to put a pause button on her. And like literally, I remember one time it was my birthday, and she said, I'm going to take you out to eat. I was shocked by this because, again, this is the energy vampire. I was shocked that she wanted to take me out to breakfast for my birthday. I said, sure. I gave her the name of a restaurant I really liked. And she says, I don't like that restaurant. And I said, well, good thing it's not your birthday. Just find something on the menu that you can deal with. It's a breakfast spot, so I'm pretty sure they have eggs, bacon, and hash browns. Everybody likes that. You can just get that. She said, no, I think I want to go to Cracker Barrel. I said, hold on right quick. And I hung up the phone. And I didn't pick up the phone for 6 months. When she called me back, she apologized to me. She finally got it. I was just like, if you ask me where I want to go and then try to tell me not to go there. And I said, hey, the prices are about the same. At first, before I hung up the phone, I was like, the prices are about the same at these restaurants. So what are you talking about? And I said, I'm pretty sure you can find something you like, but this is the restaurant I really like. And that's where I want to go. And she said, well, let's go to a steakhouse. And I said, well, I appreciated you doing a birthday breakfast, because again, I don't like driving at night. My birthday is later in the year, so it's already cold. So I was like, I don't want to be out late at night, and you live across town from me. At this time, I had moved to a whole nother suburb, so I was across town at least an hour. And I said, I don't want to be out at night because I work at night. I work late and stuff. I'm going to be tired. I'd rather be out during the day after and just do a breakfast, and then we go our separate ways. I said, that'll work for my schedule better. At this time, this young lady was not working. She was an unambiguous, dark-skinned Black woman. Literally, she stayed at home with her parents, but she thought it was appropriate to tell me where I should go on my birthday. I literally put her on pause for a year or more because I said, this woman, she needs to really figure out some stuff that she has going on in her head, because no way in hell are you going to tell me where I'm going to do for my birthday after you asked me what did I want to do. So ladies, these energy vampires, they could be family members. I literally had to set up a lot of boundaries for myself because people are crazy. And family can be even worse. Like, they think that you owe them. So I literally had to set up a boundary. I could not pick up the phone. I had another girl. We were cool friends in college. She was obsessed with this guy that was in another relationship. And she wanted me to literally... Every time he did something bad to her, she wanted to call and tell me. It got ridiculous to the point one time she called. This was our last conversation. She called and told me that she needed help getting a gun. I literally immediately hung up on her and texted her, you really need some help. I don't want to be a part of none of this. Do not call me talking about anything that you're going to do to this young man. That was the last time we talked because I literally hung up on her. She was crazy. She was so obsessed with this guy. And that's why I tell you, ladies, don't be male identified and don't be female identified. Don't try to cape for anybody. Don't give your energy to anybody. Anybody can be wrong and anybody can be right. Don't let these people monopolize your time with BS. This girl she was very male identified, Black male identified. She was also another exotical, but she was very Black male identified. She was obsessed with this guy. He was in another relationship with another girl. She couldn't accept it. And every time he let her down, she would get even worse and try to fight girls. And the thing about it, this girl had, I met her when she was done with her master's and trying to get a PhD. She was a well-educated exotical, but she was obsessed with this guy to the point where she became very dangerous. And I was like, this is getting out of hand. I'm not going to talk about hurting this guy or be an accessory to a crime with you. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. You need to leave him alone. He already has another family. He's taking pictures with them on Facebook. That's his family. You are his side chick. Either remain his side chick and shut up, or leave him alone if you don't like that situation. And she was a very beautiful exotical and she could get another man, but she just didn't want to. She was obsessed with this guy, to the point where she was giving him money. Like, it was just, it got so crazy. I had to literally eliminate myself from that situation. Again, energy vampire. Like, again, I had just met her. But again, she literally was just going through it. And it's okay to be supportive toward a friend. But, like, if you just meet somebody and they're going through it all the time, or this person is super male-centered or female-centered, and they have to seek outside validation from people, and to the point where it makes them nuts, you need to eliminate that relationship from your catalog, because it's not going to be healthy for you, and you can't be their emergency contact. I had to learn that these people know other people. So you have to let them contact the other people they know, and you can't be their emergency contact. I literally had to do that, especially with these women, these two women in particular I'm talking about, because they got obsessed. They were both very male-centered, black male-centered. They both had severe self-esteem problems. One was an exotical. One was not an exotical. One was in shape. One was overweight. So it doesn't really matter how you look. It matters what's in your head. Like, are you mentally stable? Do you have common sense? Can you have your self-esteem intact if nobody presently is liking you, is trying to date you, court you, or whatnot? Can you still be mentally stable? And I learned a lot of women cannot, a lot of men cannot, but particularly women, when they feel like they don't have male attention, and we're talking about certain women, not all women, but certain women, when they don't have a lot of male attention, they go bonkers. It doesn't matter if they're fat, skinny, or in between, thick, BBL. It does not matter. All they're seeking is validation, and they haven't come to the fact that self-validation, self-esteem, self-confidence comes from yourself. You have to work on yourself. And this is the thing with people. They always are seeking, they're seeking things from outside of themselves. And I've learned this so much as just being in meditation and prayer. I've learned self-esteem, self-confidence, self-validation so much because it comes from within. And when you let somebody else be your source of that instead of a resource, and the source is you. You're the source of your happiness. You're the source of your self-esteem, your self-confidence. And when you look at yourself as the source, you don't have to seek outside validation so much that it literally takes over your life. It makes you do things that that you would never, ever even think about doing. It makes you go key that guy's car because you're seeking validation from him when you're the source for all your problems. All your solutions are within you. And that's why, I heavily advise, especially us exoticals, to not seek outside validation as our source of validation, as our source of self-esteem, as our source of self-confidence. It has to come from you. And whether you need to go pray, you need to go to the mosque, you need to seek some type of spirituality or whatever, you do that. But as a young girl, one thing my mother instilled in me is look within. And a lot of mothers, it's hard for them to tell, you're a young girl, you complain about stuff, and my mom would always redirect me. What does God say about you? Go figure out what God says about you. And this is not, I'm a spiritual person, but I am not religious at all. And I don't attend church. But my mom taught me, you need to see, if you can't figure it out on your own, what does God say about you? What does Jesus say about you? And that right there stuck in my head because I was like, Jesus says I'm a child of God. Jesus says I'm a woman of value. What, like, Jesus says he will never forsake me. So I literally would say that things when I was going through things as a young woman, as a woman now, I'm still young, but as a really young woman, when I was 17, 18, 19, I would say that to myself, like, even though my mother and my father will forsake me, the Lord will never forsake me. I'm like loosely quoting, he will pick me up. Like I'm his child. He will cover me. I may not be close to my father, but the Lord will come up and cover me. He will cover me until I get a husband. And a lot of young girls, they're so trying to be religious and they're not trying to seek the relationship. And I feel like that's the problem. When you're trying to seek your validation from the world, you will always fail. That man, that woman, that group of women will never give you that type of validation you need. You have to get it on your own. And that's why I don't advocate a religion, but I do advocate you getting to know yourself. You getting to know spiritually who you are. Because, like, it will literally remove all of the drama out of your life once you know who you are. And I look to role models too. Like, okay, I Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, Diane Carroll is one of my favorite role models. I'm a lady. I want to be treated like a lady. I literally escaped a lot of problems as a very young woman, like when I was a late teenager, because I did not seek validation from the world. I did not. I could not, because I knew if I sought validation from the world, tells you to be one thing. The world will have you twerking on a stage at a political event. That's the world. That's what they see you as. But when you have when you have a father or a spiritual father, you realize my father would not want me to do that. My heavenly father wouldn't want me to do that. I'm much more than my body, my looks, my weight, my hair. I'm more than that. So I don't have to seek validation from what other people tell me I should be. You can tell me I'm nothing, but I know what my father told me. Like, I remember a long time ago, this one girl said, the world told me I was ugly, but my father told me I was beautiful. And that beauty has sustained me. So if you don't have a father, read your Bible, read your Quran, read whatever book that gives you that self-esteem and covering that you need spiritually to build up your self-confidence, to build up. And I don't advocate being religious, but I do advocate spirituality. I do advocate building yourself up, even if it's just reading self-help books. I advocate it. I've read several self-help books. And like old school self-help books. I'm going to actually put some of the books I've read in the chat. On the channel for you guys to read. Because I have a great list of books that will increase self-esteem, self-confidence, and learning discernment for yourself and situation. But you have to build yourself up and not let these energy vampires take anything away from you. You have to, before you get in a relationship, before you start being that emergency contact for somebody, ask yourself, would they do the same for me? Is this relationship healthy or codependent? Am I really helping them or just hindering them from dealing with their reality? If you ask yourself those questions and it comes up like you're really not helping them or yourself, you need to remove yourself from the situation with grace, give that person mercy, and move away. But you need to remain, like, literally do it in a kind way. I don't advocate being nasty to people. Do it in a kind way. But I do advocate standing up for yourself. And you cannot let these energy vampires come into your life because you have low self-esteem, because you have low confidence. Boost yourself up. If that means you have to wake up an hour early and put your makeup on perfectly to boost your confidence, do that. If you have to wake up 2 hours to get your hair right, do that. Whatever you need to do to boost your self-confidence, do that. If that means you need to I make sure your clothes are perfect and well laid out and like you have a great outfit every day to feel your best, do that. But don't let these energy vampires break you down so much that's it's nothing left. It's nothing left for yourself. You're out here looking crazy. And I've seen so many young women are out here looking crazy because they let people take over their lives. If you let these energy vampires take over your life, you may not be able to get it back. It's a lot of women sitting in prison right now because they let a man or a woman take over their life and direct them in ways and direct them on a path they would have never gone on their own. Be able to think for yourself. If you learn nothing else from my exotical rants, be able to think for yourself. Do not be a follower. Lead your own path. If you know you want to be married and live a comfortable, peaceful life, you do that. If you know you want to be a career woman and still get married, do that. If you know you want to be single, do that. If you know whatever you want to do in your life, do that. Whatever life looks like, whatever peace looks like for you, do that. If that means that you want to have a career and be dedicated to your career, do that. But do what's best for yourself. Stop settling for the bare minimum for people when you give them the maximum of your time. Stop it. It's not healthy. It's not, ladies. But I just really want us to get to a point, especially as exoticals, where we stop letting people take control and we take control of our lives. I meet people every day. And one thing that I when I meet them, they feel really comfortable around me to tell me their life story. And I've heard so many good stories, but I've heard several bad stories about women who have literally let people take control of their lives and direct them in ways they would have never gone on their own. And you as a young woman, you're starting out, or you may be an older woman, you may be in your 30s. You may be in your late 20s. You may be over 40. Get it together. Get it together. Like literally, get it together. Get your mind in order. Get your emotional health in order. Get a therapist if you need one. But get healthy relationships in order in your life so you do have a support system and so that you don't feel like you have to be everything to everybody. It's just not healthy, and we cannot let these energy vampires drain us. We cannot let these people drain us. If they're male or female, we cannot let them drain us. And I encourage all of you to, if you're dealing with some things and you don't understand what you're dealing with, get therapy. And if you're in university, most universities offer free therapy or counselors for young people. I was in therapy myself when I was in college, and it helped me tremendously to like literally organize my thoughts and feelings with somebody that was a licensed professional and that I felt comfortable with. And it was actually a guy that was my therapist, and he helped me tremendously to the point when I got out of college, I went back and told him, thank you. I could have not made it out of college and made it to where I am now without you, because you really were my support system during that time. I felt alone, and I knew that I could come talk to you anytime I was feeling bad or I was feeling confused. I could come talk to you and you would redirect my thoughts into positivity, into like what's next for me, and I wouldn't stay stagnant. So ladies, this is your girl with another exotical rant. Be ladies, but be smart about it. Use your brain. Get help if you need it. But literally, do not let these people take your life. Do not let them drain your energy. You do not let them take your confidence. Build yourself up. This is your girl with another exotical rant. Have a great day, ladies. Bye.